let's go to the Asian century. I mean, you chose to have this here in Manila. Why Manila? And then please, what role do you see Asia playing?
Well, Manila is the center of a great economy right now. The Philippines was lagging for years and years. Now it seems to be on the move. And so to have the kind of growth rates the Philippines is having is remarkable. Yes, it's slowed down, but compared to the rest of the continent, compared to the rest of the area and the rest of the world, it still looks pretty good.
Is it sustainable?
Yes, of course. We continue to make reforms, continue to work on infrastructure, continue like improving the airport and things like that, transportation and the like, reforming the tax code, reforming commercial code and things like that. Of course it can be done.
Why is tax reform so difficult in this country?
Tax reform is difficult anywhere because there are people who, specific groups who benefit from the code as it is.
Vested
It's
interests.
also a source of power when you have complexity. And so you have to have popular opinion to create the environment for real change, but it can be done. And one of the things that the Philippines, one of the reasons that we're excited is that it's demonstrating you can have democracy and you can have a vibrant economy. And I think that's very much needed in the world today.
My last question is about China, both in security and in terms of actually socio-political. I mean, the Philippines and China are fighting over the low-intensity conflict of the South China Sea, or the West Philippine Sea that we call it. At the same time, China is a major business partner of the countries in the region, the countries that it's dealing with on the Spratlys, on South China Sea. How do you see this playing out, both economically and politically?
Well, I think this is where you're going to see a change when the U.S. gets a new president. You'll see things like joint patrols in the U.S. Navy in the Philippines in these waters. And you can have trade, but it doesn't mean you get to grab all the territory in the waters around you. No, that's not going to be tolerated.
In terms of the economics of China, when it fell, we all fell with it. What role do you see China playing now in Asia Pacific?
Well, China's got to, in terms of reform, they've got reforms. I think the leadership knows it, but making things happen is not so easy, even in a country like that with an authoritarian regime. And they know they've got to continue to liberalize their capital markets. They've got to make sure the state-owned banks don't crush Tencent and Alibaba. Alipay. Their subsidiary, in terms of providing electronic financial services. So can China make those changes? We'll see. If China gets back on track again, that'll be good internally, and it'll also be good for the world. Prosperity is not a zero-sum game.
That's great.
That's something that politicians sometimes have a hard time understanding. We both benefit.
Fantastic.